Are we live? Of course we're live, people. People deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. First things first, good morning if you're like myself in England, United Kingdom, or whatever you want to refer to it as. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Again, most importantly, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone and their loved ones obviously has their health in relation to your personal and private lives. Any hardship, any goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, all of that sort of stuff. I hope you lot are having a progressive week. And as we are gearing towards the weekend, I hope it gets better. So let's try and end the week strongly. Now, please let me know any questions, thoughts, predictions, anything you lot have in relation to football. And obviously, let's address the elephant in the room. Manchester City capitulated, crumbled. Now, boy, I don't know where we start because... So I guess we should just start. Big up to you lot. I guess if I was a City fan, or if I were, in fact, first things first, Phil Foden referred to Arsenal many years ago as a dead team. And in many ways, he's right. We haven't done anything serious, but considering the, you're spending more than certain countries' GDP in that, boy, we got the boat. We're in the same boat. We got the same amount of Champions Leagues. I don't know about you, but I've seen my young players. I remember young Cesc Fabregas duppy in the Bernabeu. You crumbled. Looked as red as a tomato. You was crumbling. Gucci come off the bench. Terrible substitution from Grealish. I know he had a shot saved off the line. Kevin De Bruyne was good in the first half. Went missing. Gundogan missing off the bench. Pep Guardiola overcomplicating things. Probably should have went free at the back. Pardon me, towards the end of the game, Walker's injured at what cost? I think when Walker and Gab Jesus came off, it was the spell of the end. If I was Pep, I'd look at the first leg. You should have killed Real Madrid when you got the chance. Real Madrid, you can't, you have to kill a snake. They're like a snake. You cannot leave it there. You have to kill it. You should have killed off the first leg. You gave them hope. And obviously, whether it's Champions League heritage, whatever it is, Real Madrid, when they're staring down the barrel of defeat, they find a way to get out of it. So shout out to Carlo Ancelotti and the rest of his team. So first things first, I'd look at the first leg. I think people forget how mental football is. Obviously, at the Bernabeu, it's difficult. Let's be honest, City players crumbled. Ederson looked nervous from the first half. Diaz crumbled for those 2 goals, and he's not alone. The whole back line crumbled. Everybody crumbled. Pep Guardiola messed up with the subs. They crumbled, mentally crumbled, didn't take their chances. I think Mahrez was shit. I can't lie. He scored his goal and that, and it was a good goal, but he was rubbish. The whole team was rubbish, really. Real Madrid showed levels. You've got to give first and foremost praise to Carlo Ancelotti. Fantastic manager, won every league title there is in the top 5 leagues, stands to win another Champions League. You have to also credit, it's a team game. You have to credit every one of those players. I don't know how Casemiro weren't sent off, but he's a specialist. Every one of those. Valverde, Casemiro, Militao's time wasting, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo off the bench, Camavinga coming of age yesterday. Scary that man is only 19. And when you look at Real Madrid, you got Valverde, Camavinga, probably going to sign Mbappe, a bunch of young talented players. Big up Dani Ceballos as well. Arsenal were in the Champions League final somehow, some way in it. So yeah, man, it was just terrible. Karim Benzema's football heritage in it. They crumbled. They crumbled. They messed. But the last, do you know what? We've said it, you can be better than Real Madrid for 80 minutes, but in that last 10 minutes, like you saw, in fact, I would say 16 minutes, because the last 10 minutes of that game, plus the 6 minutes of added on time, was the beginning of the end. At 1-1, the crumbling probably started, really and truly. I mean, man said at 1-1. When Real Madrid scored their first goal, you could see it. Terrible from Manchester City. For a team that's won Premier League titles, that's gone to difficult away grounds and things like that, you cannot, especially when there's a Champions League final at stake, you cannot concede 2 goals in 2 minutes. Especially when that first goal goes in, Rodrigo's first, alarm bells have to start ringing. I don't know how tall Rodrigo is, but on the TV, he looks significantly smaller than Diaz and Demandé. How's he beating you in the air? You can't afford that. So it was a culture shock. And I think a lot of them City players are spoiled and pampered. Again, I do think I know Real Madrid and Liverpool haven't spent as much as the oil clubs, but people make out that money hasn't been spent, which isn't a bad thing. But when I look at Liverpool and Real Madrid, a lot of them players there haven't had it easy. Shout out to Laporte trying to rattle people, it didn't bang. You know, you look at the just, you know, again, I'm not going to go over it, but you Liverpool players have not had it easy to be professional footballers, or they've had to deal with some resilience. Most of them, Real Madrid, especially the South American man, when City, when the pressure cookers on, when the pressure's turned up, when it's really tough, these men crumble. These men are soft. These men got a soft underbelly, you know, and that's what you Champions League, you can't afford to do that. They're firmly flat track bullies. And I think for Pep Guardiola, he's got to really look at himself, really, because at what cost? Now you've got to regroup. You can't feel sorry for yourself. The world keeps spinning. You've got a Premier League title to contest. You know, I think Liverpool are doing the quadruple, but I personally think you threw the FA Cup semi-final to prepare for the Prem and the Champs. Didn't bang. You know, a big reason as to why I think Liverpool won that is because they played their better players and got to a final. You messed that up. I think your substitutions. I think the players have to take responsibility, but your substitutions at the Bernabeu messed it up. That's gone. You have to regroup and go again in the league. And I thought if Pep doesn't win it this year, life is funny. You know, they could get to the final next year, but I said if they don't win it this year, it's a myth. It's a myth. You've never had a better chance. Now, I can't lie. I said it yesterday. If I was a Liverpool fan, I would have rather played City, because Real Madrid, I don't know what it is. They're bookie. You can be better than them for time. One has to wonder when their luck, it's not luck, but when it runs out, because they've turned it on against City. They turned it on against Chelsea. They turned it on against PSG. It's football heritage, you know. Even the subs bench. I can't lie. You have to applaud Real Madrid and all that. I'm the real winner here, because whether City won the Champions League, whether Real Madrid win it, Liverpool got a couple, Brazil's winning the Champions League and the World Cup this year. It's crazy, boy. Shout out to Rodrigo and Vinicius. I think Kyle Walker's the only one that can say he ain't having no regrets, because I think he had a bit of heart, determination, spirit. It was a good little battle from him and Vinicius. So yeah, man, that's my little think piece. Let your opinions fly, people. City project looking like PSG, uncomfortable conversations. I mean, it's oil peas, in it. Of course, you can't engineer fight, heart, desire. Pep's a fantastic manager. There's fantastic players, but when you're staring down the barrel of defeat, them man, they ain't got no resilience. Not to gas up Liverpool's thing, but Robertson was in Scotland and Hull. Van Dijk, people have not rated him until really now, you know. He's had to deal with certain things. Trent, you almost didn't even make it as a professional footballer, you know. And again, the whole squad, Real Madrid, obviously it's a bit different. Modric, you know, they called him a flop at Madrid initially, and he's obviously of a certain makeup. He's come from Croatia and all them things. Benzema's had to deal with the spotlight. Casemiro, Brazil, you know how the South American thing goes already. When you're staring down the barrel of defeat, it's that. And as much as it's about the managers, like against Villarreal, obviously Klopp made a sub in Diaz and he had a team talk, but anyone that understands football knows momentum and emotion, and these sort of things play a massive part. Obviously, big up Mendy for saving that shot off the line, or the narratives are completely different as well. To a degree, you know, Klopp, Carlo, they're not playing football in it. And arguably, if you ask Klopp and Carlo to play, they're not going to be very good footballers. It's down to your players. You can only give them information. City crumbled. You saw resilience from Liverpool. They Klopp, boy, our seas, we're gonna have serious regret. Our quadruple hopes are going. You know, they patterned. Real Madrid are chasing number 14 or whatever. They patterned. City can't do it, because 9 times out of 10 they don't have to be good to smack up teams in the league. Obviously, it makes no sense because Liverpool's the same. Salah got his wish, you know. Eid Mubarak to everyone. Nice to see my Muslim players, them doing dirt. You know, it's Benzema one day, Salah the next, and obviously big up Mane. Between all three of them, they've all got Ballon d'Or shouts. I can't lie, I'm here for the Mane thing. Unfortunately, he's got African tax going against him. People will belittle winning the African Cup of Nations. I'm not saying it's a harder or whatever achievement than winning a Euros or whatever, but people will. We already know how that gets. You know, Benzema one's still alive. It's crazy, people. You know, and again, fundamentally, the players, everyone's got to take responsibility. I don't know why he didn't go free at the back. You've conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. Now the footballing gods are dangerous. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in football. I don't know how they keep doing it, but it's done. City. I think City are a better team than PSG for multiple reasons, but it's too scripted, man. It's too perfect. It's too scripted. It is one of them ones, man. Man said, I would like to apologize for my comment yesterday on your stream with Bain saying that Real had no chance. I was wrong, and I'm guessed that I was wrong. Tried to tell you, man. I tried to tell you, Real Madrid. It's not even that. It's that we've been seeing it. They're bookie. I tried to tell Rants on the stream as well that City are not doing nothing at the Bernabeu. They crumbled psychologically. Crumbled. Absolutely crumbled, man. Absolutely crumbled. I can't believe last night happened, guys. My head is still processing. What do you mean? Why can't you? Stay bottled. Yo, where is he? I'm here. Where you at that? He must be new. Delayed Guna. Don't start all of that, mate. Messi second half yesterday for City. Capitulation. All I know is Pepsi, no Max Guardiola bottled it again. Rodrigo better than Vinny. That's the new agenda we're running with. I can't lie. Vinicius Jr.'s the truth. Rodrigo, obviously Benzema didn't even believe in Vinicius, so you can't blame me for not believing in him. So now he's proven he's the truth. The agenda went to Rodrigo. The jury's still out on Rodrigo. But yesterday, cool. The next agenda, who we moving to? There's no another young players there, isn't it? Camavinga's my guy. I know he's 30, so there's no Camavinga. What a player, man. Carlos. I think that's the beautiful thing, man. I think obviously, I do think people disrespect Carlo Ancelotti. Man, move like he's just going out there and saying just run around. He's clearly got tactics, but when you hear what the players are, there's a simplicity in it. Pep can have all his fancy scribbles and heat maps. Carlo is just very hands-on manager, facilitates, does his thing, man. And you could see it even when they conceded the Mahrez goal. He looked like the calmest man in the place. Big up Militao for the gods. I can't lie, man. I have to respect it, and Casemiro. But this is what Pep does. I swear they went out to Spurs one year. They fucked it up in the first leg. They keep ruining stuff. And it goes to show you can have all these false centre mids, false centre backs, false fullbacks, false number 9. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to work in the Prem. But you need a striker in games like that who is just going to put the ball in the back of the net. And I think City were playing around in the first half. They were getting forward, but they weren't making things happen. City were the better team in the first half. City were the better team for large periods of the game, but that is Real Madrid. And all that matters is winning. On the balance of things, Villarreal probably played better than Liverpool according to their standards, how Liverpool fans and how Klopp judges them. But all that matters is getting through to the end. Militao did his thing. Camavinga keeps changing the game, and we've got, obviously, that's got to become the minimum. He's got to be able to do that week in, week out. We've got to be careful with the 19-year-old. He's already had 2 up and down seasons already, but the potential's mad. Him, Valverde, the 2 Brazilian lads. In fact, there's bare Brazil. Any sick Brazilian young lad out there is going to end up at Real Madrid, or they're not going to miss out on too many. If I'm Perez and all them, man, I'm FaceTiming Benzema. I'm FaceTiming Mbappe and telling him, this is what you need to do. Foden was one of them snotty-nosed kids on the estate who could ball them little cunts there, of course. Wasn't a pen, DG. Diaz pulled out. Benzema went into him. Bro, it's a pause. It's a pen, bro. It's a pen. There's contact. Diaz got played. Diaz, for as much as he's a good player and that, he's still showing his age. He's 24. That's why I listen, you could say he's better than Van Dijk, but that's why I have Van Dijk better than you right now, because Van Dijk's got that experience captor on it. He crumbled. He's not alone. You, Edison, I wouldn't even say Kevin De Bruyne crumbled. You just went missing, but players, Edison from the jump crumbled. DG, it's a myth. Teams are getting stronger next season. This was their chance. Same, but you never know. Champions League's a crazy one, man. And even that Yaya curse, broski, the Yaya curse, the Yaya Toure judge, it's real. It's real. Last night played into my Laporte Diaz rhetoric. Laporte was shit as well. Probably even worse, really. In fact, he's got in between. Rodrigo for the headers got in between them. Lyon and Spurs have knocked out City in recent years, bro. You can't engineer heart. And again, let's not act up now. Like, Pep's done great things for City. It's been a success what he's done, but let's not lie. When I weren't in the meeting room or anything like that, but you can probably imagine when he sat down with the City owners, man, want to win Champions League. If Pep leaves tomorrow, I think it's a success, but it would probably be, I don't even feel comfortable saying it'll be masters of failure, but it probably would. If Klopp leaves tomorrow, he's exceeded expectations, You don't get trophies for getting to finals, but he's been to enough finals now. I'm sure it's time ago, but I'm sure Liverpool even touched Europa League final. They've been to enough finals. They've won the league. Yeah, in terms of the Premier League, they've lost the war to City. City have won more, but Klopp's exceeded expectations. Has Pep Guardiola exceeded expectations at City? Maybe not for me, because it's Pep. You expect him to walk the league, 100 points, all of that's great. But Europe, bro, what's he done, really? Fair enough, you got to a final, Champions League final, but you bottled it. This season, you bottled it. You're within 2 minutes of setting up an all-English final. If that's Liverpool go through. Liverpool don't, even against Real Madrid, I don't think Liverpool get finessed like that. I can't be 100% sure because Madrid are bookie, but And the players don't want it, bro. I'm not being funny, but there's not too many, there's not too many times you can guarantee you're going to be in a semi-final / potentially a final of the Champions League. It's like someone coming in. You're not going to let someone come into your house and steal your stuff without a fight. So why are you letting them rob you of a chance? You man bottled it within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes. Not a single player apart from Walker, in my opinion, can say they left it all there. I think Walker was good, really. I think Walker saved them a lot, really. It was Mendy. You just couldn't deal with it. Not at the races, man. Both semis was a really good was a really good advertisement for the standard of football needed to deal with the best clubs in Europe. But hey, it's gonna get long for us if we're there next year. Liverpool, the difference is Liverpool don't have strikers like that, but them man are killers. City play around with that. We've said this on you on Twitch before, people. Big up to you. Look, don't forget we're on YouTube after this. We bring in our cousins as well as Twitch. What was I gonna say? I lost myself there. Liverpool are killers. You know, if they were both teams torture you. You know, both teams torture you. But Liverpool, it's like getting a knife and they're just stabbing you multiple times. City play around. When it comes to Champions League, you can't play. You know, I of course, it's not false nines at Liverpool, but Mane's not a striker per se. He scores a lot of goals. Salah's played there. He's not a striker. Diaz the same. They're just killers in front of goal. If you're doing adapting, then you can get away with it. Nah, Diaz was worse. Come and look, they were both shit. Like, I can't lie. Like, to be honest, bro, I'll be real. I'm not a City fan. I don't give a flying monkeys about any of that, really. I don't care. I don't want any English team to win, you know. All I would say as an Arsenal fan, I hate when we lose and we're like, oh, but that guy was worse. That guy was with it. Both shit. Diaz was the captain, crumbled. You know, Laporte crumbled. The only good thing Laporte flipping did yesterday was trying to mash up Modric. And even Modric, he raised his level. They were shit, bro. I don't give a crap about that. Give a shit. I call it that ain't got nothing to do with Arsenal, but and the thing is, I like City, you know, I like what they're building and things like that. But yesterday, I just became a villain. I just remembered Phil Foden's comments about a dead team. He's right, you know, we're still alive. You know, we're both dead. We both got the same amount of Champions League, so you know, it takes one to know one, innit? Our Champions League prospects for this season are as alive as theirs. Crazy stuff. Big up Carlo Ancelotti, man. Carlo Ancelotti. Once he starts doing all that, you know what time it is. When them eyebrows start raising, it's peak for you. It's peak. They don't call him Don Carlo for no reason. Big up my guy Loso, people. Loso LFC, just that's his Twitter account. Follow him. He follows me in that. He said, you cannot score 5 goals and lose. You cannot be 5-3 up with 3 minutes to go and lose. I'd even say 2 minutes, bro. You even adding minutes for City. It's crazy. If that's any other team, as an Arsenal fan, they sit there and say that is poor game management and things like that. Arsene Wenger said it would be very hard for Man City players to come back from this defeat. What I would say is the world keeps spinning. You know, I remember when we done the Invincibles thing and Chelsea took us out the Champions League. It felt like the end of the world, but man, the world keeps going, bro. You can't, first things first, you can't feel sorry for yourselves. In life, you need to look at where you went wrong. Should have killed the game at the Etihad. Should have, you know, within 2 minutes of being in the final, you got yourself to blame. Make peace with that fact and keep going. Simple as that. I'm seeing City fans cry about they lack depth. If Manchester City are crying about they lost that because they lack squad depth, what the hell is it for all of us? And then you have to wonder what the hell's going on with the planning. You know, the hell's going on with the planning? Apparently, Pep Guardiola has now suffered 6 eliminations at the semi-final stage of the Champions League. Also in 09, 010 and 011, 012 with Barcelona, 013, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16 with Bayern Munich. That's the joint most of any manager along with Jose Mourinho. Boy. And they would have to, you know, they would have to tell you exactly why it went wrong. Apparently, of Guardiola's 11 Champions League eliminations, 8 have seen decisive periods that were sudden collapse / flurries of goals. In 010, 2 goals in 13 minutes. In 014, 3 in 18. And obviously, 15, 16, we're going up now. 15 in 2015, 3 in 17. In 2017, 2 in 8. In 18, 3 in 19. In 19, 2 in 3. In 2020, 2 goals in 8 minutes. In 2022, 3 goals in 6 minutes. Brazy. Pep Guardiola, I mean, he looked broken. He said, we didn't suffer much, but we didn't play our best. Football is unpredictable. It's games like this, sometimes you have to accept it, you know. It's another game, Kevin. I don't even agree with the rhetoric that that Kevin De Bruyne went missing. Second half, you catted out, but it's dead. Somebody on Twitter said, "Hey, they're calling Gucci, aka Grealish, Spike Lee because of his drip from yesterday." Crazy, man. That all I would say is Yaya Toure curse is real. It's peak. It's crazy for you lot, man. I'd hate to be you lot. What other statistics are there, people? Vinicius Junior's in the Champions League, most dribbles, most progressive carries, most key passes, most goal creating actions, most shot creating actions. I mean, man, I'm just making up stats, but it's Brazil thing, so I'm here for it, people. It's lit. In 2016, Real Madrid knocked out Manchester City in the Champions League semi-final. In 2016, they also won it. On May the 4th, 2022, they knocked out City. Now they got Liverpool, the repeat. Let's hope Salah doesn't break his shoulder again, and let's see what's going on, man. What other statistics are there? Carlo said no one thought that Real would play the final of the Champions League this year, and here we are. Carlo, you're capping a bit. You're always a favourite. You're always one of the favourites. But I hear you with that. Really and truly. I fully hear you. Shout to Hazard. Bears, I can't lie. Real Madrid, in many ways, they're a bit like Arsenal. There's bare players that you forgot were there. Ceballos, Hazard, Marcelo, respectfully to Marcelo, Jesus Faleo and that. Like, it's crazy. Bare dons. Mariano, whatever his name is. Crazy stuff, man. If we look at some of the comments, people, Rudiger's joining them, by the way. Alaba said, we will prepare very well for the Liverpool match. We are aware of the great season they're having. I think the team has a lot of character. It's very special. We have shown it many times this season. It's unbelievable how the team managed to come back tonight. Hard to believe what happened. Apparently, Tony Kroos said, Ancelotti asked for the opinion of experienced players on who he should sub on at extra time. This situation describes him perfectly as a coach and why he works so well. And I think that's one thing I hate about, I think when they're talking about Carlo Ancelotti, people are very disrespectful. You don't do what he's done in the game for years if you're not great at tactics. But one thing I hate in this modern game, if you're not wearing them tight tracksuits, you ain't got the sponsor thing, you're not 30. Carlo Ancelotti is a facilitator. He's someone that's very, I don't know, he's not going to change too much. He's very collaborative, and this describes him. And Champions League, it's not necessarily, when it gets to these sort of things, it's not necessarily about tactics. It's a human level, and I think Klopp, I'm not saying Klopp's asking his senior players, but Klopp sums that up. Carlo sums that up. Thomas Tuchel last season sums that up, you know. Pep, I don't know. It's like, obviously he's got people around him, but when you live on an island, it's crazy, man. Being good on the ball as a team goes hand in hand with being better defensively. You have a lot more energy to block spaces. In the first leg, the 6 area was really hard to defend because City kept attacking the spaces with Kevin De Bruyne. So tonight we had a more careful approach with 2 6s in Kroos and Casemiro, says Tony. Boy, it's the belief that made us go through against PSG and Chelsea, and that combination with the stadium, our coach has already. I mean, it's going to be in Paris, so there's none of that, people. Crazy stuff, man. I'm trying to find Courtois' comments, man. Courtois had some very interesting comments. But yeah, man, I mean, what more can you say? All you can do is say shout out to Kareem Skenzimor as well, Mr. Clutch, man. You know, he's the only person you know, obviously I don't like people who belittle penalties, but he's the only one I'll gas it up for, people. Real Madrid this season in the knockout stage of the Champions League bagged 3 goals against PSG, 5 against Chelsea, and 6 against Man City. Come on now, man. This is brilliant stuff. You know, seeing Camavinga sourcing in front of Seedorf was something magical, because that's who you should be trying to play like in the future, really, really and truly. Absolute brazy, man. Absolute brazy what these lot are doing. Shout out to Real Madrid. Shout out to the Icy Freeze as well. People are retweeting Grealish's tweets. In 2014, he tweeted, training finished, back home to watch Prison Break before the big game tonight. Hala Madrid buzzing for Sat as well. Great weekend ahead, Bracy. The last time Real Madrid lost the Champions League final was in 1981 in Paris. Who was it against? Liverpool. Bracy. I can't stop thanking my players, Rodrigo, Vallejo, Asensio, Ceballos. And that's what a team's about. Some men are sidemen, some men are not. They had T-shirts printed saying on the 14th. That should tell you everything about this club. Facts, man. What more could you say, man? Wenger said, if I were Klopp, I would prefer to face Madrid over City because they face City a lot. They know each other very well. I don't agree with that, Wenger. If I was City, I know. You know, they can beat both of them, but I just think you can't really bet on these lot. These lot are unpredictable, man. I think Kroos is suspended for the final. Who do you think comes in for him? I think Camavinga deserves it. You know, you probably should go. Oh, and then again, you've got to think about the subs bench. You know, how many players and I mean, based on yesterday, Bearman come off the bench and impacted the game. But I'm inclined to believe Valverde, Casemiro, and Kroos and Modric. Sorry, but then again, it probably, you know, I mean, not Kroos. Sorry, Modric, Casemiro, and Valverde. But then again, I think Camavinga deserves it. Maybe you could keep Valverde on this inverted right wing thing and bring Camavinga in. But I don't, Carlo. You know what you're getting with Carlo. If it ain't broke, it ain't gonna fit. He ain't gonna try to fix stuff, people. Liverpool are definitely more direct. What do you mean? Don't get onto City now? What? Are you talking about that? Bale is still there, Charles. What a way to go out. Oh, so now we're praising getting to finals. When Wenger did that. Hey, at least when Arsenal go to the Bernabeu, we win. So our Champions League run is better than City's. There's level to this. Crazy, boy. It's crazy, man. I don't know if they'll ever win it. I mean, shout out to Carlo, man. Because you know what? Carlo's foresight is amazing. He knew Everton was going to rub out. He just cut out. Vinicius versus Trent. I can't lie. Trent might get spanned. But then again, Trent could get spanned for 80 minutes, get a free kick in pattern. I would prefer Madrid if I was Liverpool. They can get their revenge. Fuck revenge, man. It's overrated. Obviously, in the real life, then yeah. But bro, that's too emotional. If you think with emotion, you're gonna get ripped. I hear that, but yeah, bro, you can't. They've got to respectfully. Liverpool got to watch the. You know, get a bit of motivation from the last leg and all of from the last time they faced each other and all them things. But that's all dead, man. That's all dead. They just need to keep going. Just play the occasion, and you'll be all right. Hopefully not, though. Of course, I hope they lose it. Mohamed Salah's got his wish. Make sure you don't stink up the place in the final, man. Of course, you're looking for revenge. You know, you have to. But if you play the occasion just for revenge, you'll be slightly surprised. Just remember the eyes on the prize, man. For both sets of 22 players, not too many of them. Well, both teams are always competing, but you look at the age profiles, there's not going to be too many. Revenge is overrated. Just win the game, bro. If you allow both, you can't allow against Madrid, you can't allow emotion. You know, there's all football's way emotion than people give it credit for. You know, there's different sorts of emotion. There was fear in City. You looked at Edison's facial expressions, Diaz's facial expressions, Laporte, Foden, who, you know, again, Foden's a young man, 21 years of age. He's been this. There's the levels in this. I know Camavinga's patterned, but then again, look at who Camavinga is around. You know, look who he's learning from week in, week out. I'm not saying Foden ain't learning from some sick ballers, but when it comes to this European thing, come on now. It's brazy, absolute brazy, people. Boy. Courtois said at 1-1, I'm not going to say they were screwed, but they knew it was going to happen. Boy. Carlo Ancelotti is the first manager to reach 5 European Cup/Champions League finals. 0-3 versus Juventus, 0-5 against Liverpool, 0-7 against Liverpool, 2014 against Atletico Madrid. And he will face Liverpool in a couple of weeks again in 2022. Brazy, man. Cristiano Ronaldo is the only player in the Champions League era to win 5 Champions League finals, and 9 of his former teammates could join him this month. That is Benzema, Carvajal, Modric, Bale, Kroos, Casemiro, Marcelo, Nacho, and is it big up Nacho as well? I actually think Nacho, you know, when Nacho and Carvajal get rubbed out and do dead stuff, we get onto them. I think Nacho bossed it, especially in extra time. I think Nacho bossed it. I'll be honest. The referee was booked. How he booked Sterling for that fantastic slide tackle, I don't know, but fair enough, innit? Really, big up to Valverde and things like that as well. I mean, this is why we love football, isn't it? Really, what a game! I know one of you was saying the same thing I just said there, but was calling it soccer yesterday. Soccer sounds great, but this football thing is lit still. So, yeah, man, it's brazy, brazy. I mean, it should be a great game for the neutrals. Real Madrid saved football. I don't agree with that. So in fact, it'll be a fan. You know what? Obviously, Liverpool, you lot are the ops in it, but I like Klopp, man. So if he wins, he wins. Obviously, nothing personal, just business. I hope you don't, but yeah. For City, you can't feel sorry for yourself. The main point is you got to regroup, like kicking the teeth. But you listen, if something happens in your or my personal life, we're allowed to feel sorry for ourselves. But the streams still have to get made. You lot still have to go to work. These men still have to go. I don't know who they got on the weekend, but you got to keep going. And for Liverpool, I'm sure they watched it. I'm sure Klopp watched it as well. But they've got to get that out of their mind, prepare for the long term. But Liverpool, I need you lot to slaughter Spurs on the weekend, man. City fans crap, bro. City fans crying about depth, you know. Fair enough. If Manchester City fans are crying about squad depth, where you're spending 300 billion quid, I'm gassing it as well, then there's serious issues. And then for me, if you're crying about squad depth, where you lot can get any player you want, you're probably gonna get. Well, I don't know. Maybe Haaland is not gonna go there now. You have to ask who's put the squad together. Then, like, who put the squad together? I don't know. Like, who put the squad together? Then who do you blame? Fair enough. And that's why you need a striker. Maybe if you had Harry Kane, well, to be fair, when it comes to the latter stages of competition, Kane bottles it as well. But yeah, man, that's why they need a striker. That's why you need killers, man. And it just shows that these man at this moment in time, they can bully their own league. They can't chuck it to European teams half the time. Even when City necessarily get out of the group, City always struggle. How much times they played Lyon and got bopped? They got. I know Laporte handballed it, but they got rubbed out against Spurs. It's crazy. Won me some money last night after mates told me I was wild to bet so much against City. Boy, I couldn't understand it, people. How people were moving like it's not that people were ruling out Real Madrid, but man are talking like it's the way there was talk around. Oh, it's an all English final and things like that. It's I don't know anything, but I mean, you just have to go off. You just have to go off basic games. You saw against PSG. You saw against Chelsea. Until the game's done, and even then, when the game is done, it's crazy. Maybe Florentino Perez is paying his P's, man, because I felt they were just gonna play on until them man scored. But it is what it is, people. Keep you lot are in top form on Twitch as usual. Appreciate you lot. So we see what's going on in terms of current headlines surrounding football. Let's close 1-2 tabs and get into that as well, people. What's this? Apparently, Lampard has been charged by the FA for comments after Everton's loss to Liverpool. Now, I know we all laughed at this, but this is one thing I hate about the Premier League. We're allowed to criticize managers. We can criticize pundits. We can criticize players. The minute you ask a question about referees, you get this, and this just reinforces their nonsense, in my opinion. Because as I keep saying, referees are human beings. They're allowed to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But you'd imagine they watch football. Think about it logically. If I give you lot a refereeing giggle, you lot give me one. And let's just say I think Joe Bloggs is a diver. Like, I think anytime he goes to ground, there's problems, and there's a legit penalty incident. I'm unconsciously, I think he's a diver, so I'm not inclined to give it to him. Likewise, someone that isn't known for diving might have taken a tumble, but I might sit there and say, well, boy, I don't have him down as that in my book, so I'm gonna give it. Why a referee? They're not robots. They have unconscious and conscious biases, and this is why I hate referee. This is why refereeing in this country will never be elite. That no referees will ever be elite. They'll never be the best English referee until it's sick. At all levels, I play Sunday league football. I literally see this. I used to coach under 9s and under 12s and all these things. I've seen shit referees at them ages. I see them every week in Sunday league men's football. I see them at Premier League. My point being, from top to bottom, it's appalling. I did think Lampard was a bit salty. I don't necessarily think he's wrong. We all know Liverpool get a bit favoured when they take tumbles and things like that. But it is what it is. He's been his comments have landed him in issues. People. Frank Lampard has been charged with a breach. Comments that made what post-match media comments that made. Maybe they mean he made following Everton FC's Premier League match against Liverpool on Sunday, the 24th of April 2022. It's alleged that the manager's comments constitute improper conduct as they imply biased and or attack the integrity of the match referees or referees generally and or bring in the game into dispute. Bro, this is what I mean. This is why refereeing is always going to be shit. CeeLo has said, I don't like Lamps, but when he spoke about the City result, he wasn't lying. They did him dirty. F the FA, but fundamentally Lampard's is rubbed. Ref's been booked. You go. What can I say? You'll say, you might as well sit here with me and do this. You said it there, innit? But that's that. What else have we got? I don't know why that's there. No one trying to hear about Hector Bellerin. We'll get into that in a second. Obviously, this was a pussy old thing from my man, innit? This was a dickhead thing from this Donny, innit? But a Newcastle fan's been ordered to pay Sunderland compensation after urinating on a statue of the... What a twat. What a twat. Like, you doing this nonsense for the Vine, and I mean for the... A man said Vine. for the net. Come on now. What a guy. 21 years of age, you're old enough not to do that. 250 quid, and also receiving a 40 pound fine. So yeah, you're not going to be able to buy any fags or any cocaine with your benefit piece, because now it's gone, you dickhead, man. Like, there's no need for that. I'm not even gonna... It's silly, but what did you think you was gonna get from that? What a, pardon my language, cunt. Apparently Hodgson is set to retire as veteran manager, confirms he will not stay at Watford next season, folks. Chelsea's takeover. Apparently Sir Jim Radcliffe's 4.25 billion bid to buy the club rejected out of hand, people. The 69-year-old is regarded to be Britain's richest person. Brazy stuff, people. He's had his bid, so you lot can read all of that. Lord Cole, why is this tennis prick talking? Important to get the future of the club resolved, but this can't go on indefinitely. Oh, I hope it does, people. May that club burn to the ground, man. Shout me though, Chelsea. If you need someone to talk to the young players, if you need someone to scout, shout me. Let's get this bag, man. Business never personal. Spurs, shout me. I can talk my shit, but I'll listen. I want you lot to be the biggest team there is. Shout to the WSL as well. Apparently Birmingham have been relegated after losing 6-0 against Man City. Arsenal won the North London derby 3-0, and there was handbags. Brazy stuff. Hooliganism rubbed, bro. Rubbed, bro. Trust. Rubbed, fam. Dickhead. Absolute idiot. And what did he get out of that? Like, what did you get out of that? When you lot find out, let me know, innit? But he's an idiot. Apparently, on a sad note, a fan's been arrested for alleged assault on an emergency worker amid crowd trouble at Fulham versus Luton. So yeah, you hope that's all right. Oh, I see. Apparently, crowd trouble saw one supporter arrested for an alleged assault on an emergency worker and another over racially aggravated public order offense. You see what I hate about football, bro? Because it allows dickheads to just go find other dickheads and just become little hooligans and shit. And they won't, not that you should, but they're not on their J's. 2, it's scary because these lot are probably going into normal positions in society. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, obviously it's never going to change, innit, really and truly. And one thing I find funny in this country is, fans, like, not to say Everton do it, but fans are bringing knives. A fan brought a knife and gave it to a steward. You've got this, and they're never labeled thugs. They're never labeled aggressive. They're never labeled half of these things, people, if I'm completely honest with you. In terms of other news, people, as you know, Real Madrid are through in the Champions League. We spoke about it on air yesterday, but allegedly Celta striker, not a man said Yeremy Mina. Sorry, people, that's muscle memory, because that's the Everton lad. Santi Mina, apologies, people, has been... Oh, what's going on here? I thought you could see, but Celta Vigo striker Santi Mina sentenced to 4 years in prison for sexual assault. Now, again, first things first, we don't condone them, boy, there. If you're doing this, you know what needs to happen. Jungle justice only. We don't do these things. You don't condone these things, But anyways, he's been sentenced to 4 years in prison for section of the provisional court in Almeria on Wednesday. Mina was charged in December 2019 for the offense, which took place in Almeria in 2017 while he was playing for Valencia. He has the right to appeal the decision as far as the Supreme Court in Spain before having to serve a jail sentence. Celta have suspended him, people. It's crazy. But yesterday we read that I can't remember what Sky Sports said, but they said there's sexual assault. There was I think it's sexual abuse or something. There's another case that he hasn't been guilty of, but there's this wronging, man. The wrong sort of wronging. Shout out to my team, the wrongings. We don't do that sort of shit. We just do this hooligan thing, but I don't know about that. Allegedly, Maradona's Hand of God shirt sold at auction for 7.1 million. So hopefully, that goes to good causes and all of these things. Gunshot for them, man. They're ready, man. You know how it should be. We don't do that. Don't condone that. Cunt. And actually, I'm on the Sky Sports article. This was the same article, people. This was the same article that we read yesterday, people. He's been ordered to pay 50,000 euros. He's been given a restraining order. And this is where, for me, it don't really make sense for me, because obviously, did I buy what, bro? Yeah, he's been convicted of being guilty of sexual abuse, but it says here, I don't know, maybe the Sky Sports got it wrong, but it says he was cleared of sexual assault charge. So he's been found guilty of sexual abuse, but cleared of sexual assault. So I don't really know what we're going for that one in it, but yeah, you've been guilty of something sexual in it, so you need locking up, and not even locking up. I already said these men deserve to die, or you lock them up in the jailhouse. You put you give them a hammer, you give them a big rock, from the crack of dawn till evening. You have just enough water to stay alive, and you're just gonna keep hitting that rock until you break down mentally and you beg for death. And even then, he said, "If man said, did I buy it? Maradona shirt? I wish, man. I wish if I had a couple mils, you think I'm doing that?" Obviously, Crawley Town have been moving mad. Their manager's been moving mad. And obviously, hooliganism, racism, all these things are still rife in football, no matter how much we think we've progressed. And there has been progress. Shout out to all the normal human beings, that don't discriminate regardless of someone's sexual orientation, religion, race, background, gender, all of them things there. But just in terms of an update, if it is an update, I thought it'd be important to look at this. 3 separate investigations into racism allegations ongoing at the League Two club. Now, again, we heard about this week. We really think Crawley Town and all these clubs, it's just happened this week. We all know it's like in the workplace. Again, it's what you allow to happen. It's what you facilitate. That means it's been going on for time. And this is what I mean sometimes is that, let's just say, well, I ain't racist anyways, but let's just say I'm involved in Crawley Town now, right? And I'm not saying none of this necessarily, but I'm not G-checking no one on this. I'm not saying to the gaffer, yo, you shouldn't be calling people curry munchers and niggers and nignogs and all these things. If I'm shutting up about it, then I'm an enabler. I'm enabling this shit. I'm allowing it to happen. I'm allowing a culture to, you already know how, for anyone that's, I'm not going to say racism, but anyone that's been in a football environment, you know how this gets. Anyone that's been in certain working environments, especially male field things, you know how things can get. If you don't regulate and nip things in the bud, it's going to become things. Bro, the curry muncher thing was nuts, bro. Nuts, bro. And the thing is, he's bullying little youths as well. So yeah, he's been suspended by his employers, and the more time, then half of these people, they're not even suspending them because it's the right thing to do. They just want to distance themselves because they know it's hurting the branding. By God's grace, this club gets relegated, innit? 7 Crawley players have come forward and reported incidents of racist language and behavior to the PFA, people. Sky Sports has been told that the PFA has offered counseling and support to those who have raised the allegations or been affected by them. See me? I can't lie to you. I'm getting compensation, but I'm getting the bag. I no longer have the confidence to play football. I get so anxious coming into the workplace. I no longer have the confidence to play a 5-yard pass. I need 100. I need £1 million. And bro, you might take these lot to the cleaners, bro. Are you mad? Are you mad? I'm taking you lot to the cleaners. And I know your budget ain't that, but look at you fucking cunt, bro. You just look like a cunt, man. As I said, I hope an Asian you or a black you or a white you that ain't racist, I hope they're plowing out your wife. I hope they're barebacking your wife, bro. I can't lie to you, pussy. Anyways, 3 separate investigations by Crawley, the PFA, and the damage limitation thing. FA don't give a fuck about racism, but it'll probably be a bit better. PFA, I hope you do stuff, man. The club is holding a fans forum on 7:30. This was yesterday, people. Ain't no one care about that. There's a divide at Crawley. Given the fact that this club is in the middle of a racism scandal, you might expect it to be on the top of the agenda for the fans forum that is taking place. But actually, the new American owners who are trying to plot their way through those allegations will be quite limited in what they can say, and therefore it will not be discussed in great detail. Now, a lot of, racist, in terms of owners and things, racism is bad. Even people that want to fight the fight with racism, a lot of people are not affected by it. So as far as they're concerned, it's not really that deep, really, which I'm sure will be a frustration to a number of fans who are deeply concerned as to what's been going on. There have been some of the fan base in the games over the last week or so who have been chanting, "We want Yems back." You see? Birds of a feather flock together. By all means, fuck Crawley Town. The manager, of course, there's a divide, I think, at this club between those who want to see these allegations thoroughly investigated and acted upon and those who are loyal to their manager. Boy, the club quite limited, actually, in what they can say, bro. You know what? By God's grace, you lot go down in it or just cease to exist as a football club. What went wrong for City? Every fucking thing, lad. We'll look at the transfer news in a second. In fact, that's a great tee up there. Big up Arsenal's ladies as well. Come on. Hopefully, well, in fact, this time, yeah, like this time next week, hopefully in a couple of hours from that point, we'll do what we need to do in it against them lot as well. We were so close. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. City have gone now, had to burn about. Allow it, bro. Getting close is not enough, bro. It's not enough, bro. It's not enough, bro. You know, birds and the bees and that. You found a pretty bird. Certain things are going down for some reason or another. You know, you ain't completed the job in it, so there's no brownie points. No point saying I kiss Kelly Rowland. If you know, let me stop before they try to cancel. It's all entertainment, people. So yeah, we'll get into the transfer news in a hot segment. Trust. These men are crazy, bro. But this is the thing. They will call man the P word and all these things. And then on a Friday, oh, let me go get a curry. Nothing in England, respectfully, you know, let's be honest, you know, nothing about Great Britain is great. Like, you know, rapes the world of natural resources, women, men, you know, slavery and that, you know, psychological issues there, hella wars, you know. Man are calling themselves the Free Lions. There's never been lions in England. Everything's a lie. There's never been, bro. When has there been lions in fucking England? Natural lions. Let's be honest. Even fucking tea is not even from here, bro. Worcestershire sauce is not from here. So rather than embrace the world, you would think of all people in British society, especially the fucking Yems twat, would recognize what's going on. But man. Then that's the thing, bro. I don't even know nothing about Crawley, but bro, these dons won't say it. He won't go to his curry shop and chat shit because he knows the Asian dons will rap him. Oh, this ain't gonna sound good. I remember when I was working at Millwall as a steward, and two men came up to me and was like, "Wow, we got Raheem Sterling on the door." Now at the time, Sterling had dreads. I have dreads, but it's wild. They would have never approached me like that in any other setting. I can't lie. See me, I have to get rushed, bro, because it's a mad thing. But you get it. You get it. London Zoo as well. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on, fam. Is what it is. Nothing's going to change, man. From the police system to the educational system to society, nothing's going to change. They love, well, I can't speak for Asians, but they can speak the same. As a black man, I honestly see it every day. You love the rhythm, but not the blues. You know, you love everything we do. You love all the culture. You love everything. You might even love some of the players, but you don't like us. And the thing is, it's cowardly, bro, because these lot, you know, obviously sometimes it is banter. Like, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I've got white friends, Asian friends, black friends, African friends, West Indian friends. We run bants. But you get it. You can't do it in a professional society. But nonetheless, looking at transfer news now, people, Barcelona have stepped up their bid to land Brazilian winger Rafinha and are prepared to offer separate deals depending on whether Leeds stay in the Premier League this season. I think they will. Jesse Lingard is attracting interest from Juventus, PSG, AC Milan and Newcastle as he prepares to leave Man United after 22 years. Wilfred Zaha is unlikely to sign a new deal at the club and could be sold in the summer. I mean, he's been linked with Arsenal and shameless plug o'clock, people. This will be on Twitch and YouTube, but please can we get some likes in there? You know, help a struggling content creator in it, people. But yeah, hey, where was we? We was here, innit? We'll get into that. Let's skip out Arsenal. Let's skip out Musa Diaby. I don't know what it is, but Matthias Ginter's gone back to Freiburg, yeah, instead of potentially going to Villa. And to be honest with you, them and their need centre backs. Liverpool are looking at Aberdeen and Scotland under 21 right back Calvin Ramsey. And you lot have heard me say previously, Arsenal should be trying to sign him and that Hickey brother from Bologna. That's left back and right back sorted. And obviously Aaron, pardon me, can play a number of roles. Newcastle have been offered the chance to sign Watford and Senegal attacker Ismail Assar. That would be a good move for him, innit? Not necessarily for Newcastle. But yeah, looking at goal.com now, Arsenal have held talks with the reps of Dembele. For what? That's cap, man. They're just our name's just being used for the sake of it. But nonetheless, that's good. Barcelona are in advanced talks for Koulibaly. He's finally getting out of Napoli. Asking price set for Barca and Real Madrid linked Fabian Ruiz. And I mean, based on how Napoli played at the Camp Nou, I think he should have been staying in Spain, and Real Madrid could do with him, really. Apparently, he wants to play Champions League football. If he was open to Arsenal, I'd go for him. Tchouaméni's linked with Real Madrid, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, everybody. He's not played up. He's not said no to staying at Monaco. And obviously, it's not the time to talk about transfers. Newcastle are serious about Diaby. Bayern Munich are interested in Barcelona kid Iker Cordoba, according to Sport 1. Never seen him, but he's able to play centre-back, left-back, defensive mid. Crazy. And apparently he's struggling a bit physically, but he's technically gifted, so you will catch up physically. It's just a calm thing. Commander, the Eintracht Frankfurt, Donny, hopefully, you need to skeng West Ham, man. Skeng West Ham. I actually wanted West Ham to go as far as they could, but fuck all. Director Paul Mitchell as as Man United's new sporting director. That would be a big signing for them. Yeah, man, bit of an overkill. Let's see what Sky Sports are saying. We've already seen the Jesse Lingard and Chelsea thing. Tottenham watched Paul Torres against Liverpool. And to be honest, Paul Torres has been linked with Chelsea, Man United, and Spurs. I think Paul Torres is a good defender and he'll be great for United. But I just think him and Varane are a bit similar. I think he would, in theory, I think he would complement Romero a bit better. You've got an aggressor, you like good cop, bad cop sort of thing. You've got two good cops in Varane and Torres. They're both good defenders, but they're probably a bit too nice. Ibrahimovic admits he enjoyed his 2-season stint in the Premier League because it allowed him to silence the haters. I mean, ain't this the woman that had the mad thing with Jose Mourinho? Shout out Andy Murray. Villarreal, apologies, are braced for offers from Newcastle for Dan Rumour after reps from the Premier League club were in attendance to watch Liverpool versus Villarreal. Burnley have confirmed they face a 65 million penalty if they're relegated from the Premier League, people. Apparently, Dybala has all but agreed to move to Inter Milan. Apparently, Eric Ten Hag wants Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan. We've already spoken about Liverpool and Tchouaméni, who have held talks. We spoke about Barcelona and Rafinha. Asu Fati said he doesn't want to leave Barcelona. Fulham are interested in Wales forward Rabbi Matondo as they plot their summer transfer window. Crazy, didn't really kick on. Left Cardiff, didn't really do much. Really. Jose Mourinho is eyeing Wan-Bissaka. Broja and Levi Colwill are waiting on the club target for Crystal Palace. Paul Pogba allegedly wants to join PSG, and then Konku's decided he wants to leave Bundesliga outfit Leipzig, people. Christensen is house hunting. We already know he's potentially going Barcelona. Apparently Cristiano Ronaldo is open to quitting Man United and go where? Is it too late to get signed up for Real Madrid in time to play in the final? I don't know. Can't, man. Trust. It's absolutely crazy, man. And remember as a little kid, I thought racism would stop, man, but how naive was I, bro? I had so much naiveties. I used to think gang violence would, obviously, I live in Edmonton. I used to think gang violence would stop. I thought racism would stop. I was on some Disney Channel shit, people. Pardon my language. Boy, how naive was I, man? Never gonna stop because people don't want it to stop, man. Jay Ling should go Newcastle. Crazy, man. Football London is a gutter press. Hey, leave him alone, man. Torres should go Spurs, to be honest. Andy Murray's a goat. So he's an Arsenal fan. That Pep pack is loud. Sangra's a big boy signing, man. Good little signing there. Crazy, man. Boy. So, yeah, the main headline is obviously City bottling. But there's nothing else in relation to the world of football going on, though. What else have we got in this world? City. Boy, it's all mad right now for them. I don't think he listened. I said I had a Disney Channel view of life. I thought racism, etc., would stop. Listen to learn and learn to listen. Please clean them out. Thank you. Hey, we've actually got Europa League action. Must be like that. But Lassie, you're moving like Grealish off the bench. Defo didn't listen to Guardiola's tactics. You've got Conference League as well. Don't forget, people, 7:30, Feyenoord against Marseille. I'm going to be doing a watch along for that. Can't guarantee that is going to be good, but it was 5 goals between them in the first leg. So we'll have to see how that one is. Obviously, you've got Roma against Leicester City. And off topic, I think the best thing Champions League has done is get rid of away goals, by the way. But but anyways, you've got Roma against Leicester, Jose Mourinho against Brendan Rodgers. It's 1-1 on aggregate. As I said on that topic as well, people, Marseille against Feyenoord, Reece Nelson against Saliba, place on in the final of the Conference League there. Whoever will join each other in the final on the 25th of May is to be decided, people. Europa League action. Rangers, Leipzig, West Ham, Frankfurt. It's 1-0 to Leipzig on aggregate. It's 2-1 in Frankfurt's favour. Now, Mikel Antonio said they're going there to win. West Ham celebrated like they bloody won the thing against Sevilla and Lyon. So let's see. I think, listen, big up the Hammers, but you lot have really lacked humility, especially when it comes to the Arsenal game as well in the aftermath. So I need to see Declan Rice crying, man. The Reece versus Saliba derby. Come on. Bro, away goals is dead. I just wish it was there when Arsenal were in Europe. Maybe we would be gully creeping into the latter stages of the Champions League. Ramsey is good, but Patterson, who went to Everton, is better. That's good, but as you said, he's gone to Everton. It's a myth, and he's had a bit of a tough time, Patterson, man. In terms of staying fit. Just bring them to the carpet, man. Bring them, but it is what it is. What else is going on? Apparently, around 300 Real Madrid fans left the stadium in the 88th minute and were not allowed back in. It serves you right, bro. What are you leaving for? Crazy. Crazy stuff. Boy, at least Man City's got rich people problems, man. Well, in fact, no. Do you know what, Pep? I'd have a lot more sympathy for you if you didn't go out there and hand 6 points to them, to scum down the lane. You're on your own, bro. Gab Jesus, you know what you need to do. So, yeah, it don't seem like there's nothing else going on in the world of football, man. Nah, it's all banter. It's all entertainment. Don't take me seriously, man. I hated that Wizards of Waverly Place thing, man. That's when it started to turn rubbed. But yeah, on that note, I don't want to bore you lot, people. So what's the point? We've covered the Champions League. We've talked about the Europa League and the Conference League. We've spoken about the headlines in relation to football. So yeah, people, obviously across Twitch and YouTube after this at 11:30. So in 21 minutes, we're gonna go live again. Focus a tiny bit more on Arsenal, and again, half an hour before kickoff, 7:30. I'll be live from Marseille against Feyenoord. So yeah, appreciative to all the support you guys give me consistently, people. So yeah, on that note, you lot stay blessed, stay safe. Even though you're going to watch this on Twitch, which the next live stream will be on, please make sure you do up the YouTube thing. Away goals gives an advantage to the team playing second. I mean, I hear you, but fuck away goals, man. It don't make sense, bro. How can go, if I score 1 goal, it basically counts for 2. I understand at the time the premise of when it was brought in, but yeah, man, meaty. On that note, though, people, you lot stay safe, stay blessed. One love, Twitch gang. I'm out. Phil Foden in the mud, Pep in the mud. Next year, City.